Let me talk about AI a little bit here. Seems like a lot of you are already familiar with ChatGPT, obviously making a big splash, but AI and the technology that's underneath AI, it's really a tool for us. So a lot of people think of AI in the wrong way right now. It's more of a fear, and it's going to take your job, and as soon as it gets good enough, you're going to have to look for new employment, and that's just not the case. AI is a lot like your other tools that you have in your tool belt for tackling your job in the smartest way possible, in the most efficient way possible. And in that vein, I see AI, and AI is another tool. And those who adopt the tool and learn how to use it are going to be the most poised to add the most value to either themselves or their employers. You're in the driver's seat. You learn this in the training. You're in the driver's seat, and AI is like your assistant. And you still have to have like the utmost knowledge and technical skills related to Salesforce in order to make this happen. So that's where AI belongs. It belongs as a tool in your arsenal. It's like you've got your Salesforce help articles, you've got Trailhead, you've got support forums and Google even, and then your talent stacker community as well. So AI is just another tool in that list that you need to know how to tap into it, when to tap into it, what its capabilities are, and then how to get the best responses from it. So I've been fascinated with AI ever since 2015. This is back when Google's DeepMind, if you remember, if this is your sort of thing, was learning to play Atari, a game. So we had like almost this AI, it's really like a synthetic code, learning to play a game and learning how to like know when you're winning or losing. And then you had AlphaGo, which was Google's as well. And AlphaGo beat the first human in 2015 on the board game Go. So it was like, these are the fundamental seeds that eventually grew into what we have today. What we have today didn't just show up. There's an underlying technology that was layered on top of over time. So I'm super fascinated ever since 2015. There was a Hungarian professor named Dr. Carly Zsona Feher, and he started a show called 2-Minute Papers. And what he did was he would read through the white papers for AI, or for AI type things like synthetic computing algorithms, things that simulate photorealism, which if you're following like Midjourney and things like that, you know how that turned out. Fluid mechanics, light mechanics for photography, image recognition, speech recognition, and text translations, which we also know how this turns out into ChatGPT style AI. So just consuming that material and learning about the underlying technology of what has turned into AI, it just endlessly fascinates me. And I think we're at the point now where the bar has been lowered enough for AI adoption that we can start onboarding people to actually use it. So that's when I started working with a small team to start to develop the AI Force engine, or the AI Force AI app. It uses the same neural net technology that's behind ChatGPT, uses that GPT model. But what the difference that we're trying to do here is we're trying to train. So we're Salesforce specific. We want to take the technology that's available and then train it to actually get the most value for Salesforce professionals. So that's the goal. So we're working on that diligently alongside the AI Force training program, because with the tool, without the training, well, you already have that ChatGPT. It's very challenging. So you need the tool, you need the training, and that's what gets you over the hump to actually use this and to make your job easier, work smarter and harder. So the training focuses initially on admins. So that's where a lot of my experience with Salesforce is admin. I'm switching over to working on the developer access, and I'm working with developers to make sure that I capture the use cases that make the most sense for developers as well. But it's going to be triggers and Apex classes and test classes and Lightning Web Components. And these are the things that are rolling out next in the coming weeks for the training module. But right now, to start with, I just started with the admin side. And I think that's going to be most beneficial for a majority of people to begin with. But there is an underlying goal here. And the underlying goal is that there's technology, and now there's going to be training. And we want to accelerate the adoption of AI. There's going to be an AI revolution. It's here. And now the question is, who's going to adopt it and how quickly will they adopt it? And it's companies and it's people. And so I want to accelerate that AI revolution within the Salesforce ecosystem, just to bring the most value to the most amount of people as quick as possible. So first we do an introduction, and each lesson or each module has got videos at the top and then text down below. And in some cases, there's different new information in the video that's not in the text, and sometimes there's more information in the text than the video. So I do encourage you to sort of go through both. Like once people start using something, it grows. And so if you're on ChatGPT, you'll see like the thumbs up, thumbs down, and it seems maybe just for fun, but actually OpenAI is capturing that as data, and they're using that to train the model. And so the more people that use it, the more people that thumbs up, thumbs down, the better the model gets on the next iteration. And so then the better the model gets, the more people that will use it, and so on and so forth. And so it's almost like we can, if we push hard enough, we can actually create just the next version and make it that much better. So your role in programming the model is there. Then we move on to the next module. We talk about effective communication with AI, talking about, so we start out with an overview, and then we move on into advanced autocomplete and really teach you like what is AI doing as it responds to you. And the more thorough the understanding you have, the better chances you are to get good responses out of AI for what you're looking for. So we introduce you to the tool. The training is built so that you can train on the AI Force engine and or on ChatGPT. And I just encourage you to do both. And just notice the differences between the two. AI Force Engine is going to be so incredible. It will be the hub that you go to for all of your AI needs for Salesforce. We talk about this thing called the SMART methodology, and it's just a great acronym to keep in mind as you engage with AI. It will actually help you like improve your requests when you send your requests to AI so that you do get the best responses. Then we introduce this idea of actually working through business requirements and try to get you in the mindset that you're usually in as you're doing your work. We introduce a company called SAS United, and they've got all these business requirements that have to be done like ASAP, and they're all listed here. And so these are all of the requirements that we actually in the subsequent modules walk through, and you solve for these business requirements using AI, and I walk you through how to do that. So the first thing we jump into is validation rules in module 3. So we walk through 3 different lessons and then use cases for validation rules and how to get good validation rules out of AI. And for for the lesson 1, for each different module, we always follow this format for you: introduction, and then we have prerequisites. So we have prerequisites here so that the idea is like, if no matter what your level of experience is on a specific topic, especially as we get into triggers and Apex and so on, I want people who aren't even maybe trained or like have gone through much experience with a specific topic to still be able to use this training and dive in and feel like they go from 0 to at least like 60 to 80%, like really quickly. Anyway, there are prerequisites here, and these will help you link to and get like a quick refresher if you need it, or if it's the first time you've been in something like Sockwell, you can get a good feel for what you're going to expect from AI, and then be able to walk through the modules after that. So prerequisites, we talk about business requirements that you're going to solve for in the modules. And then in each module, we've got the actual requirements, and we go through the follow along examples of how to solve for them. You've got videos for how to do it using AI Force, and then how to do it using ChatGPT. The follow along below is the AI Force follow along, but you can still copy and paste and watch the video for ChatGPT so you know what to do, but then you can go over to ChatGPT and do it there as well. So these are the lessons. So they're all structured the same way here. We cover validation rules, we cover formula field, use cases, and then we go right into building Sockwell in the same way. Then we move on to limitations. We're going to talk about like what limitations currently exist with AI. There's a lot, as we all know, and you'll need to know what those are and know what to look out for, know what roadblocks that you're going to have to overcome. I say the end, but it's not the end, because in this lesson, you learn about how important it is to transition from what I call the sandbox here in the training sandbox to the real world, where you're going to go out and you're going to identify business requirements that you actually have in front of you that you can tackle. And you're going to start trying to use AI to tackle those requirements yourself if you haven't already. If you're like me, you'll try it along the way while you're going through the course. Then we're going to walk down to building your AI resume. So when you do finish the training, the question is, okay, great. So now you know about AI. Now you know how to use AI to get the responses you're looking for. Now you can go out and practice on your own. That's cool. But how do people know that you're anybody within AI? And so basically I've created a Google Slides presentation, and you'll have this template, and I've got the instructions in the video, so I won't go into too much detail, but replace these screenshots with your own, basically showcase your ability to get responses out of AI and then actually use those responses to implement them and implement the solutions into your org. So, screenshots of what you're doing, with AI responses, which is really cool. And then a quick blurb about, what you did and what the value was. And so then I walk you through posting this on LinkedIn and making sure that you're just, promoting yourself and your capabilities, your new capabilities. And it may not seem that big of a deal right now, but you're going to see how big of an impact this is going to make on the AI and the Salesforce space. It will happen over time.
I want to say thanks to Mark, first of all, for coming and spending your time with us. I think if talent stackers can be at the forefront of accelerating GPT in the Salesforce ecosystem, that is a massive advantage for us. I'll say I think that Mark may have understated the huge impact this is going to have. And we're not talking about in the next 5 years, right? The way I look at this is that I would bet the next year, the same way that we ask each other, hey, have you Googled that? We will be asking each other, hey, have you GPT'd that? And if someone is saying, I don't know how to GPT, that's going to be the same thing as someone responding to you today saying, I do not know how to Google. It's going to tell you very quickly where their aptitude is and their ability to use resources.